welcome. My name is Jen Gebhardt, and I'm going to share an Urban Zen session for self-care, a session that we focus on the symptom of anxiety. So if you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, these practices might be helpful. I invite you to have a chair handy and about 3 blankets. So we'll get started. You can stay in your chair or come to standing. And remembering if you've been given doctor's orders to avoid any movements, please listen to that and don't do anything that hurts or doesn't feel good. Standing down with your legs hip distance, pressing your feet into the floor. Feel your feet press down into the floor. Notice if there's more weight towards the front of your feet or your heels. Notice if there's more weight in one leg compared to the other. And as you press down into your feet, start to shift your weight over to your left leg and pick up your right leg any amount and then step it back down. Switching sides, picking up, stepping it back down. You can keep your hands on your hips while you do that, if this feels right to you. And as you lower that foot, you can even stomp it down. Press. And feel how the weight shifts side to side. Notice if when you land, heel toe or toe heel. You might start to pick the knee up a little higher. And again, feeling how the weight shifts side to side. Noticing when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out. No right or wrong. You can stay here and keep doing this, or start to tap the opposite hand to the opposite knee. Feeling the weight shift, feeling the foot land. And finish, resting your arms to the sides. Feel both feet pressing into the floor. Notice what it feels like to stand down on both feet. Take your arms out to the sides and give yourself a hug. If that feels too tight, you could hold on to your triceps or your elbows. Reach your arms out, switching the arm that's on top, and give yourself a hug. Reach out and give yourself a hug. Reach out and give yourself a hug. Feeling the touch of your hands. And linking this with your breath. So the next time you inhale, reach your arms out. As you exhale, give yourself a hug. As you inhale, reach out. As you exhale, give yourself a hug. Moving at the pace of your breath. Still feeling your feet pressing into the floor. Last time. And as you inhale, reach your arms out, bring your arms down, roll your shoulders, resting the arms down, and notice what you feel. Feel your feet pressing down into the floor. Rotate your arms open. Take your arms out to the sides, slightly forward and up. Any amount that feels okay. So if one shoulder's hurting, maybe you just let that arm rest down as you reach up through the other side. You decide. And then reaching up a little higher through one side and then the other. Reaching forward from the back body up through the arms, through the fingers, as if you're picking apples from a tree. And as you reach up, feel the weight of your heels pressing down into the floor. Notice sensations in the back, in the sides of your body. Notice when you're breathing in When you're breathing out. And reaching up, reach up through both sides, and as you exhale, release the arms down. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Feel your feet pressing into the floor. Feel the strength of your legs. Notice what you feel. Notice your breath. Okay, so we'll head into our restorative shape. If you have a chair and a desk close by, you could sit in the chair and fold forward to the desk. I do like to add a folded blanket on my chair to help bring my pelvis into a slight forward tilt. We call that an anterior tilt. By taking a blanket that can keep its shape, folding that short side of that blanket over about a hand width, and then again, angling that on your chair and sitting right at the edge of that fold. And if you're using a table in front of you, you can slide that blanket forward on the chair, ankles underneath your knees, legs about hip distance, hinging forward at the hips. So you might put a stack of books on top of your desk if it's a really low desk. Know that that's an option. I'm actually going to show you how to do this on the floor. So this time you'll take and sit on that blanket, but fold it in half in what we call pillow shape. And then a blanket on your chair so that it's softer, and also folding that blanket so that you're lifting the chair a little higher to make it a little more comfortable. And then you might take 2 blankets, or you could use pillows, and roll them, the short side, and these will support your knees. And also, if your hips are tight from sitting, working at the computer, you might even add another blanket to sit on. So you'll sit, you'll sit on the blankets, pulling in those rolled blankets to support your knees, and then hinging forward at the hips versus rounding the back, resting your forehead on your hands. So if this is uncomfortable, you could get more support under the legs, or like I said, fold forward to a table or a desk. And go ahead and stay in that shape, whatever you found as comfortable. And I'm going to talk you through what we call a body awareness meditation. You're welcome to close your eyes if that's comfortable, or let your gaze shift down. And feel your whole body as it's sitting. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the parts of your feet that rest on the floor. Notice if one foot feels heavier than the other. Sensing the toes of your right foot, the toes of your left foot, all of your toes. Sense the curves of your ankles. Any sense of release in your calves. Notice the bend of your knees. Feel the weight of your thigh bones. Feel the weight of your hips. Notice the broadness and the length of your back. discovering any movement in your back as you breathe. Sense the back of your neck, the back of your head, feel the weight of your head resting into your hands. Sensing the eyes and the depth of the inner corners of your eyes. Noticing the temperature of the air as you breathe. And as you breathe in, breathing in through the nose. And as you breathe out, exhaling through pursed lips like you're blowing on a feather or like you're blowing bubbles. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through pursed lips. As you continue to breathe this way, notice the length of your exhalation. Maybe you even notice a slight pause before your next inhalation. Just a natural pause. At the end of your next exhale, you can return to breathing in and out through the nose if that's comfortable. Becoming aware of any sounds you hear. And noticing your jawline from the base of your ears to the tip of your chin. Is there tension in the jaw or a sense of release? You don't need to change that, simply observe. Feel the entire circumference of your neck and become aware of any place of ease in the neck. Feel how your shoulders drape and your arms rest on the chair or the desk. Notice which hands resting on top of the other. Maybe the temperature of your hands. Sense your upper torso, the chest. Noticing any movement there as you're breathing. Noticing your rib cage, the flexibility of your ribs that move as you breathe. Becoming aware of any relaxation in your belly and any movement as you breathe. With your exhalation, feel the weight of your hips. Feel your legs. Feel your feet. Feel your entire body as it's resting in this shape. Taking a moment to notice if anything feels different since you first started this session. And sitting up with the eyes closed or the gaze shifting down, bringing your attention into your hands and start to open your hands and close your hands. Opening the hands and closing closing the hands. As you inhale, open the hands. As you exhale, close the hands. Maybe one hand feels slightly different than the other. You might return back to that pursed lip breathing, breathing in through the nose, out through pursed lips. And at the end of your next exhale, circle the wrists, relaxing the hands, reversing that circle. And resting your hands on your lap, noticing what you feel. As you feel ready, you can open the eyes or lift the gaze. And know that you can use these tools throughout your day. The pursed lip breathing helps to naturally lengthen your exhale, and that turns on or activates our parasympathetic, which is our calming nervous system. Linking movement with your breath, like we did with the hands or the arms, also helps to quiet the mind a little as we're giving the mind something to focus on. Feeling your feet is a huge tool to use anytime you're standing around or you're sitting or you're lying in bed. Pressing your feet into the surface beneath you, noticing sensations. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. May you be filled with peace and joy. Thank you very much.